But for me personally, the trigger was coming out of the lockdowns. So
Mm.
something I've struggled with for a really long time is anxiety, and I thought I'd made pretty decent progress with it up until the first lockdown. Then, 3 in a row, not seeing people very regularly, it really had quite an impact on me, and then I came out, and it was like all the progress I'd made had just been erased, and it was just a
Mm.
completely clean slate that I was working off.
Mm.
And for anxiety, I've tried stuff like therapy, talking therapy, and stuff like that. And it's really increased my awareness, but it's never really done something. There's not been anything I could do with that awareness, really. And I was just struggling so much after those 3 lockdowns. Well, for me, like finding it was literally a late night Google search. So I was looking at confidence courses and stuff like that because I think the phrase I'd heard of before, but I didn't really knew, or I wasn't really sure what it meant. So I was sort of looking at lots of different ones that seemed to incorporate like CBT and therapy was their sort of core thing. Doing the exact same thing just in a group setting, which didn't feel like enough of a change for me. And then I saw yours, which had a lot of drama, and I thought that's completely different from what I've seen so far. And that's something I haven't tried before. I haven't really done much with drama since secondary school, and those kind of elements and stuff. So I was really interested to see what that was about. I think just having a space where you're able to push yourself out of your comfort zone, like just little by little, as much as you feel able to, and you're doing it in a space where you feel like, well, there aren't going to be consequences to it. If you have a wobble, you have a wobble, it's fine, you can keep going. And the more I got to do that, the more that really improved my experience. And then I'd allow myself to make those wobbles and I'd allow myself to make those mistakes and I would worry about them less and less. I mean, that's helped. It sort of shows that you can sort of make those wobbles and take those risks in real life. And I think something you said, which I come back to a lot, is count your risks, not your successes. That's been, that very small quote has meant a lot to me because I found the greatest sense of success now comes from when I let myself take risks that I know I never would have before. I have that kind of confidence to do that now. The breakthrough was, I'd say, it's interesting because I have done the other stuff before. The breakthrough felt like a much more solid foundation to sort of build confidence off of because you're in this space interacting with other people, but there's such a solidarity in that space. You really feel like you're working with others, you're building each other up, and it feels very rare to sort of have somewhere that that's the point of that space is to use it like that. I think for me, it was definitely the drama moments for me. I really enjoyed the drama, which was a huge surprise because I hadn't done any drama since secondary school and I had hated it then. And now it was just sort of like, it was so out of my comfort zone when it came to doing the drama. I really was thinking, oh no, I was pretty nervous about it. But I'd come to the course to do something new, to try something different. So I thought I'm just going to throw myself all in and see what happens. And I found out I really enjoyed it. And that was just a lovely experience to do something so out of what I'd normally do and actually really enjoy applying myself to it. It really a lot of it is because the course just stood out to me so much is I hadn't seen anything like it, and it wasn't like anything I'd done before, and I really needed something different at that point, that it was gonna be worth the travel and anything that came with it. And in the long run, I made the right decision, so it's worked out perfectly. And it's really hard to pinpoint one thing. I mean, it's made so much easier for me. It's made, regular social situations easier for me, stuff more related to work and the it's really hard to pinpoint one area it's impacted because it's just been across the board for me. I don't worry so much. I am less anxious because I've had situations where I get to challenge that anxiety a bit more. And having had a safe space to do that, I can come out in the real world and feel more relaxed, knowing more about myself and how I can help myself more. It's been very eventful. My volunteering stuff has been going well. I'm doing training for my scare acting job, which has been wonderful. So it's, there's sort of like horror mazes where you sort of jump out at people and stuff like that. So there's like a,
Yes.
a park near me
Yeah.
that's hiring new people to go for scare acting. I enjoyed the drama so much with the course. I thought, I'll go for that and see how it is, and it's been really lovely. Out of the
Well,
box, I probably never would have done it before if not for the course. Because
yeah.
funny enough, it's something I've really wanted to do for years, but I haven't had the confidence. And then I just thought, I'll just go for it. I'll take the risk, and I've had a lot of fun. There's some great people I've met from it. I have. There's a particular person that comes to mind that I have recommended. Is I can think of people in my life who it's sort of like they've been in my situation. They've hit a wall. They've tried lots of different things, and I think when you feel like you're trying but you're not seeing much progress, that's when you need to do something radically different. And for me, this was worthwhile because there just hasn't been anything like it I've seen before.